As we continue in Luke chapter 1, after Gabriel appears to Mary and gives his remarkable message, Mary then goes to Elizabeth. Elizabeth greets her, and she appears to know prophetically that Mary is pregnant with the Son of the Most High God, which must have been incredibly comforting and reassuring for Mary before she could even say what had happened to her. And then in verse 46 to 55, we have what's known as the Magnificat, where Mary's soul magnifies the Lord and she praises God for what God is doing in her, most likely a young teenage Jewish girl. And Mary's song is very much modeled on the song of Hannah that we hear in the Old Testament, another woman who had miraculously born a child who then God uses very significantly. And the verses I want to focus on today are Luke 1, 51 and 52, where Mary shares about what God is going to do to the powerful. She says, "He has shown strength with his arm. He has scattered the proud in the thoughts of their hearts. He has brought down the powerful from their thrones and lifted up the lowly." It's interesting when you look at the world, how many people do anything, including, it appears to me at least, the willingness to sell their soul, their good name. Some people will do anything for power, for control, and for what power enables them to get and to acquire for themselves. There are certainly a number of people who seem to have a thirst and a lust for power. And Mary, in this song that she sings in praising God, actually presents a very different view of the proud and the powerful. And what Mary basically says is, hey, you don't want to be climbing some ladder or some pyramid that puts you at the top where you can kick everybody else down, because it's the proud and the powerful who God is going to pull down from their heights, from their positions in worldly terms. And God is on the side of the humble. God is on the side of lifting up the lowly. And as a Christian, as a church, we want to be in sync with what God is doing. We don't want to be found on the side of the proud or the arrogant or those who seek to gain power so they can use it to enrich and benefit themselves. We want to be found to be humble and obedient, as Mary, as I said yesterday, uses to describe herself. Here I am, the servant of the Lord. And so Mary's song, if you read it in its entirety from verse 46 to verse 55, it is a very counter-cultural message that God is on the side of the poor, the lowly, the humble, and the hungry. And as Jesus followers, we need to be as well.